Okay, I'm gonna get started here. Welcome to the state of Credmark, everybody. Hot new alpha. Let's start with alpha. Staked ETH is depegging again, just ever so slightly. But if you're bullish on Lido and you want a long ETH, you can buy at a 2.5% discount currently. Whoa, isn't that cool? Kind of scary, but also kind of cool. Depends on how you look at it. So, people are not super long at the moment. So yeah, staked ETH is a little bit, people are, it's depegging a little bit. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is that Optimism has currently announced its airdrop, but Arbitrum has not. So I don't know if anyone is into using L2s, but there's rumors flying around, unsubstantiated, I might add, but there's rumors flying around that Arbitrum's going to do an airdrop. So if you haven't started using Arbitrum yet, it may be the time. So we've got some operational announcements. Paul, would you like to make those?
Absolutely. Okay, the first thing I need to announce, this is sort of a big one, is that Hassan is our head of risk and research, will be leaving Credmark at the end of June to pursue a more enterprise-focused DeFi opportunity. Until then, Hassan is going to continue to work on original research, and for the foreseeable future, model development and data will be porting into product into the very capable hands of Matthias. So that's the big announcement. The other is that we experienced our first downtime last week. The report that we got from the folks who investigated it is that it was 4 little errors that managed to compound to really gum things up. And by gum things up, I mean the API server was inaccessible. So we've addressed that, and we will continue to address operational stability. That's it for operational updates.
Cool. We don't have any new partners that we announced last week, but we've got some in the pipeline because Momin was at Permissionless, and he made some really exciting investor and partner pipeline things happening. Kunlun, I want to give a shout out to too, because the models are flowing from him. And Peter and Evo, we got through our first outage. And so, like Paul said, a few things compounded to make some gummy nonsense. Wiki entries. This week we had 2 contributors and 15 contributions. Our most read article is still on-chain gas fees. All time is how to model VAR. The new entries are another UST postmortem, Starkware, and Optimism. So we've got a few. We're starting to get into the L2 space. Models. This week we had 6 repository PRs. We had 3 contributors, and the new models that we got. The big one is we incorporated Chainlink price. So that is a more efficient way to get price, and it allows us to compare stablecoins to the US dollar. So currently we have been considering stablecoin stable and deriving price from that, but that's not entirely true, as we saw with UST 2 weeks ago. We've also got improvements on our Uniswap, VAR, and Sharpe ratio models. The API this week, we had 31,000 API hits for all time. We're over 2 million. The popular ones are mostly Uniswap related. I don't have demos here for the framework, but I think did you send me I don't have a link. So last week I showed off the dev stuff, but that link has since expired.
So I send you another link. Can you please check?
Oh, sure. Okay. Okay, you can all see this. All right, so this is mostly the same as it was last week, except now we have some additional breaking up of our so we've got our left hand nav here has been fixed a little bit, so we can now when we see our usage, we see it on this side. So you can see here the APIs calls that have been made. I showed this off last week, but it's good to reiterate. Here's our token analytics, and we've got our different pools. So loading. Oh no, these all failed. Interesting. We may be experiencing our second outage.
Cough.
Looks like we are. Cough. A low level of stablecoin liquidity after the curve, after the UST stuff. And we knew that certain ones were not available. So yeah, this stuff is almost finished. I don't know if the lenders works or not. Okay, yeah, this is our historical. Historically, this is what we've used in our current risk terminal. As you can see, you can turn off compound, you can make things bigger, you can go see things in a more fine-grained way. All of this stuff, very cool. Value at risk, love it. So yeah, API access is probably not ready yet. That's my guess. No, that's the gateway. So that is where we are at in this. So any questions?
Yes, so actually I'm working on the Snowflake data recently. And if usually we are having a good workshop on ledger models and other things, but if we can have a workshop regarding Snowflake data, would be easier because I'm specifically looking for second order data and like event-based data. I shared the doc with Matt earlier as well, but I really want to know if we can have event-based data to track because a lot of applications are going to use that.
Short answer, no. The Snowflake data access is going to be achieved through our model framework. So it's not going to be data access directly. That will be a paid service that we will be opening up later.
No, I mean I'm accessing it through model framework only, but
okay.
I want to see how we can do second order data access via model framework. First order, because first order is similar to Infura, right? It doesn't add me much advantage except some queries. It's like my Web3 provider times out, but my Snowflake doesn't. That's the only advantage I'm getting. But I want formatted data for models. So if is there a particular way I can access second order data via model framework? That's something.
Yeah. So on the contract section, if you go to the contract ledger, this is available, so you can get all the transaction trace token data from the contract, and you can do aggregates here, and I will make some more examples.
I'm able to run these examples perfectly. I know these and they're running perfectly. I want to run the aggregates on event data. If an example can be added to that for specifically, for example, Uniswap protocol is there, right? I want to aggregate the data for swaps, like a particular event I can get, and because that data I still find maybe in hex, So if you particularly event-based data, if I pass an address and I just want to get the events of that and form an aggregate and those kind of functions there, if that example can be provided, it will be quite useful.
Yep, sounds good. I will try and get that out.
Sure.
Great. Any other questions? All right. Well, in that case, everybody have a kick-ass day today. Got lots of exciting stuff coming up down the pipeline in terms of our partner network, but can't make any of those announcements just yet. So cool. Talk to everybody later.
Take care, guys. Thank you, Neil.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.